I discovered my therapist was selling my sessions to true crime podcasters, so I fabricated the perfect murder confession. Dr. Martin had been my lifeline for 3 years. Every Thursday at 4 p.m. I'd pour out my darkest thoughts in her cozy office. A beast, anxiety, childhood trauma. She knew everything, which made finding that email so much worse. I'd left my jacket in her office, came back to get it. Her computer was open, email visible. The subject line made my stomach drop. Anonymous client Igio, Veskai for payment. The thread revealed everything. She'd been recording our sessions illegally, selling them to a popular true crime page that featured real therapy sessions with disturbed individuals. They'd edited my voice, called me Patient X, and 2 million people had listened to my breakdown about my father's abuse. My private pain had become entertainment, and Dr. Martin had made $50,000 for my trauma. I sat in my car, shaking with rage. She'd violated every ethical boundary, stars of the one safe space I had. But reporting her would mean admitting I was Bendis X. Reliving everything publicly, I needed a different kind of justice. The next session I arrived prepared, imprint recorder in my purse. A story crafted over sleepless nights. I broke down crying within minutes. I need to tell you something I've never told anyone, I whispered. About what really happened to my ex-boyfriend Tyler. Her eyes sharpened. I could practically see her calculating the post value. I spun the tale carefully. How Tyler had been abusive, how I'd snapped one night, added antifreeze to his energy drinks over several weeks, watched him get sicker. How I'd held him as he died, telling him it was food poisoning. How I'd gotten away with it because everyone knew he had health issues. The details were perfect, specific enough to be credible, vague enough to be untraceable. I sobbed through the confession, begging her to help me live with the guilt. Dr. Martin's compassionate mask never slipped. She consoled me, assured me our sessions were confidential, all while knowing she'd sell this confession for 6 figures. 2 weeks later, the past episode dropped. Patient X, the antifreeze belled. It exploded 20 million downloads in 3 days. True crime forums went wild trying to identify me. News outlets picked it up. Police departments nationwide started reviewing cold cases. That's when I made my move. I sent an anonymous tip to the licensing board, included my own recordings of our sessions, proof she'd been taping illegally, screenshots of her financial records showing past payments, a detailed timeline of how Beth Dishx was actually me. The investigation was swift. Other patients came forward. She'd been selling multiple sessions. The past faced massive lawsuits. Dr. Martin's license was revoked immediately. Criminal charges for violation of privacy, fraud, and breach of confidentiality followed. But the real destruction came from the murder confession. Police investigated extensively. First asked West a confession was fake, planted deliberately. The scandal exploded. The past was cancelled. Sponsors fled. Lawsuits from listeners who'd been deceived poured in. Dr. Martin was arrested at her home. The footage made headlines. The therapist who'd betrayed vulnerable patients for profit, who'd fallen for a fake confession that destroyed her career. She faced up to 10 years for the privacy violations alone. During her trial, the truth came out. 53 patients recorded without consent, $500,000 in PS payments, years of selling secrets disguised as anonymous case studies. I testified as a victim, composed, dignified, betrayed. No one suspected I'd orchestrated her downfall. The fake murder confession was seen as proof of how severely her betrayal had damaged my mental health. She got 7 years. Lost everything, her reputation, career, freedom. The past creators faced their own legal hell. The true crime community turned on them viciously. I found a new therapist, a better one. Shaban, who understands that secret shared in healing should never become content for entertainment. Dr. Martin thought my pain was profitable. She learned that some confessions can destroy more than just the person making them. Sometimes late at night, I wonder if she records her prison therapy sessions, if she tells them about the patient who destroyed her with a lie wrapped in truth.